So hey there, thanks very much for checking out my videos. I do greatly appreciate it. So we're out on the weekend, we're doing a little bit of work on the GMC pickup truck. That's the government auction vehicle we're trying to put together on a bit of a budget. So we're going to go ahead and do a little floor repair. Now we've already done the rockers, we have a little bit of paint work, and we've got a little bit of a spray and liner to do on those still. But I'd like to take care of the rust that's actually on the floor on the driver's side. I'm going to just walk you through the process and give you an idea how I'm going to take care of it, kind of on a budget and using just standard household tools and just bits and pieces I have lying around. So let's take a little look. So I've already disassembled everything, and what I've tried to do is pull it apart as minimalistic as possible. So in other words, I didn't want to pull the actual liner out. I didn't want to pull out all the paneling. I didn't want to remove the wiring. I just wanted to get access to the hole. So if we take a look here, so we pull that back, so you see we've got a fairly substantial one there. It's probably about 6 inches, about 2.5 inches as far as a hole is concerned. I've gone ahead and wire brushed it, so we've cleaned it up and we've sprayed it down with rust converter, and we've done that 2 days in a row. So it's pretty solid from what's remaining there. And the next process is we've cut out some tin. So this is going to be the tin that will fit on the inside. It'll tuck in like that, so that'll cover the hole quite nicely. And we'll shape that to fit the contours of the floor. So that's going to be perfect from that standpoint. And we're going to glue it down with that Gorilla Glue, but we're also going to put a little bit of fiberglass resin, the Bondo stuff, in between as well. So, and in between we've got this other piece. This is another piece of tin that's going to go under the car. And again, we're going to sandwich that between those two pieces of metal. So we'll have a tin piece on the bottom. We'll have a tin piece at the top to cover that hole. And then in between, we have the original body panel, which is of course what we're attaching to. And we're going to have the Gorilla Glue, which we're going to be using as a seam sealer along here to lock it onto the body. And we're going to use a seam sealer on the interior as well, again to make sure it's locked onto the body nice and tight. And then we're going to put a little skim in between of a fiberglass resin, basically a Bondo, but it's the heavier duty stuff, to give it a little more strength and a little more thud in the event of it getting hit by something. Now this really isn't a structural piece per se, and this is where the wheels on the truck prior to were those kind of knobby, old school farm style tires that would pick up debris and would kick up sand and rocks and chip the under panel. And again, looking down, you can see that the rocker here had to get done as well. So it's kind of just characteristics of Ontario, because we do a road brine and a road salt. And then you throw a little bit of back roads and some gravel into it, and you've chipped yourself away a little hole. So again, this is going to be a quick and easy fix. This will make it pass a safety inspection. Then when we're done, we're going to go ahead and coat this area, again with like a rocker guard or a box coating. And then we're going to go ahead underneath here, we're going to coat that as well with a rocker guard and a box coating as well, and we may even undercoat a little bit as well to kind of prevent this from happening again. The other area that's problematic for GMC trucks is the spot where your boot sits, and this is solid. So again, this is kind of a normal thing. When you get into about 10 years of Ontario driving, you're going to start seeing that, unless you've been out religiously rust proofing and treating your car on a yearly basis. I think I'll do a video on the Jaguar when I do its seasonal rust proofing, so you get an idea of what I do there to prevent this from happening in the first place. So again, thank you very much for checking out my videos. I'll do a little button-up video later on to show you how the work is completed. Have a pleasant and enjoyable day.